Hey, what's up? I'm Mr. Second Passport, and today we're gonna cover the first of several COVID deals that have caught my attention here in Ecuador. Property deals, pretty exciting stuff. This one in particular is on, for me, the nicest beaches in all of Ecuador. Right here on this beachhead here, one of the few undiscovered, truly undiscovered areas of Ecuador, and specifically the coast of Ecuador left. It's this area kind of north of, right around from Mompiche to all the way north until you get to a little bit south of Atacames and Esmeralda. Some of the nicest, most picturesque beaches in Ecuador, and definitely worth a look. This is a picture that I took just south of where we're going to talk about today on a cloudy day. This was a white sand beach backed with like bluffs of black sand, just really beautiful. You can't really appreciate it on a cloudy day, but these coconut palms right up to the ocean's edge, it's really hard to beat and not very common on the beaches of Ecuador. So really something to think about. Now, caution, like all these deals that I may mention on this channel, I don't have any affiliation at all with the sellers of the properties that I'm going to mention today. So you should do your own diligence, probably get a lawyer to check out the paperwork. I would visit the property before buying. I would not just buy it, for example, on the internet, because there might be a deal killer in there that I don't mention today and that kind of kills it for you. So specifically, because you never know. So even though it's super cheap and the pics look nice, you should always check it out. You never know in Ecuador. There might be a fish factory right next door, which has happened to me buying a lot. You might, a fish processing factory. You might have a disco or a brothel right next to the lot in question, which has also happened to me buying property in Ecuador. So you should definitely check a place out before buying. So here are some pics of the beaches nearby the lots for sale. There's 4 lots for sale, starting at around they're 200 and some meters square, the smallest, and they go up to about 1,000 or so meters. I'll show you here towards the end of this video. So there's 4 different lots, 4 different sizes, starting from kind of small, 216 meters squared, which is like times it by 10 to get the feet squared, like so 2,000 feet squared. You could build like a decent sized house with no yard, or maybe 1 or 2 or 3 little eco cabins, alternative housing. Like I might show you what I did tomorrow or the next day, and what I built on the coast and how much I spent on ones I built. You could do a couple of those with like a small yard on that small lot or something, you know. It depends on you. This is another view of the actual beach where the lots are. The lots are right over here around this little 2 or 3 constructions over here. The lots are right over here. Very interesting stuff, very beautiful. You have your own little private cove here, practically, your own private beach. It looks like there's some wave action. That's something you should probably check into if you're interested in that, like I would be. I wouldn't mind getting my surf on a little bit. So as you can see, very lush and green in this area. You know, there's so many microclimates on the coast of Ecuador. You go from dirt dry to lush and green in a matter of minutes sometimes, but this area does look quite green. So something to keep in mind. Here's an overhead view of the area from the main road, which is about 1.5 kilometers away. Okay, that's that beautiful ocean. On a sunny day, which is several months a year, you will see that ocean just bright blue in this region. Really, really beautiful. For me, some of the most beautiful oceans in Ecuador. This is the main road that takes you to about 1.5 kilometers from this little cove where the lots are for sale. So as you can see, a pretty nice road. I've drove it myself. Okay, that road from just south of Atacames here, Tonchigüe, on south to Muisne. Now it's about an hour from Tonchigüe, according to the sellers, and about an hour from Muisne. going up, there's this little road that goes right along the ocean here, that connects. Now it doesn't go along the ocean much actually. It's just a little bit inland because I've drove it myself. It's quite nice. There's a couple areas where there's a few hundred meters of just dirt road, but the rest is very nicely paved. So not too bad, and for me, wouldn't be a deal killer. You can see a picture of it there. This is another picture of the beach when you're standing on the beach. Really breathtaking, really nice. This is a view from the beach looking up at the lots, right over here. Now it's about, according to the sellers, I've not been there myself, but according to the sellers, I have spoke to them. There's 4 different sellers of 4 different lots, and they're about 50 meters from the beach, and about 90% of the land has a gorgeous ocean view. Okay, and you're about 6 to 8 meters above sea level. So what does that put you at? Right around here, abouts. Okay. Um, and they say there is a dirt road that connects this cove to the main road, and that's probably why prices have stayed so cheap and this area is so undiscovered for so long, because of the access. That's probably the negative with something like this. But as I'm about to mention the price, when you have something this inexpensive, there's always going to be some catch. And the catch here is probably the access. They say you can access this cove with the normal car during the summer months when it's a beautiful sky like this. But the 3 or 4 months a year when it rains, probably January to April, then it will you need a car with chains on it to get through, or you can walk in if you don't mind walking. It's about 1.5 kilometers, so about a mile from the main road. Also, another thing you should keep in mind, there is electricity here. As you can see by the light posts, there is electricity, but right, water, you're going to need to dig a well, okay, which will be a small investment if you do plan on building here. And but not too deep. I've found on the coast, not too deep at all. You can get um, to fresh water pretty quickly and pretty inexpensively on the coast of Ecuador. Also, one thing you should keep in mind, in these remote areas, great for people who like to get out and just have their own getaway or hideaway. But something to keep in mind, internet access may be very, very limited, maybe not even available. You have to first see if there's even cell phone coverage. And if there is, then you might be able to get a little modem like I have that works off the cell phone networks, where you just plug it into any wall and away you go. But if there's not even cell phone coverage here, I don't see really any internet option. You'll have to go to the nearest town just to connect. So if that's important to you, then you may want to reconsider something like this. But obviously, as you can see by the setting, obviously something you could do here is maybe a surf getaway, or maybe a yoga retreat, or just something just that the people want, for people that want to get away. This is a little view of the lots here that's available. The beach is this way, about 50 meters away, and the smallest lot is 216 meters, 230, and then there's some bigger ones over here, an 800 and a 250. And they are asking for sellers altogether $15 a meter, which for these smaller ones would come out to a shade over $3,000. Negotiable, so you probably can get that, maybe even knock a little bit off of that. And they say the deeds are registered in the municipal of Muisne, so that's something I would definitely check up. But anyway, pretty amazing deal for someone who wants their own spot on the coast of Ecuador. Pretty amazing. On the south coast of Ecuador, you are not going to find a beach this pretty, and B, these prices right on the beach. And especially if you like something a little secluded, this might be for you. If you don't like seclusion too much, then this maybe would not be for you. Anyway, I'm Mr. Second Passport. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to be notified of more deals like this, and click that bell next to the subscribe button, and you will be notified of future deals just like this. I will put the contact and the name of the sellers in the description of this video, so you can contact them directly. I have zero involvement, so don't leave me any comments because I don't know. I just told you everything I know. I have not visited. I really like this location and this price, and that's why I'm mentioning this deal here on the channel.